in boxing.
Yeah.
But Tank's that dude, though.
Yeah.
Level above everybody else. His thing very seriously.
Yeah.
You know, unlike a lot of other boxers, you know, so when it came down to it, it's like each and every fight, he was 100% prepared, you know, to go out there and give it his best effort with knowing that he's competing at the highest level and everybody we put in front of him, he would beat him.
Tank, he's a very good fighter. A lot of respect for him, what he's done in the ring. Got a good team around him, but he can't. Tank.
Leonard Ellerbe sided with Gervonta Davis in a potential matchup against Shakur Stevenson, saying Tank's mentality, determination, and knockout ability give him the edge.
It's just like he was a winner. Like he went out there and he worked his ass off. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't put, and you have a number of great fighters out there, and this is no slight on everybody else, but he just had a different kind of mindset. He was cut differently. He was cut like he never made a dime. You know what I mean? So I think that's what kind of separated him.
Yeah.
Where he took his career very, very seriously. Not saying everybody else doesn't, but he was just different, had a different kind of mindset.
Leonard also acknowledged Shakur Stevenson's unbeaten record and steady performances inside the ring, but explained that the business side of boxing operates differently. He pointed out that Gervonta Davis consistently brings action and entertainment to his fights, while saying a matchup between the two stars could still happen down the line.
To get into those details, I mean, obviously, he's won every fight that he's had in the ring, but the business is always different. You know, we all know what Tank brings to the table. Tank, every time he comes out, you get this. You know, so he's going to keep on doing what he's doing. Inevitably, those two will meet in the ring.
Leonard went on to compliment Shakur Stevenson's talent, describing him as an athletic and technically gifted boxer with quick hands, respectable power, and sharp footwork. He also said Stevenson belongs among the elite fighters in the division, making the potential fight even more appealing to watch.
He's a very good fighter. He's got good skill, very athletic, good speed, solid power. And again, he's slick. He's a slick fighter. And I like the matchup because, one, he's one of the top guys in the division.
At the same time, Eddie Hearn said a fight between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson could become one of boxing's biggest events. He praised Davis for his elite talent and explained that a boxer with Stevenson's level of skill may be the kind of opponent needed to push him to his limits, adding that it is a matchup he would eagerly watch.
Tank against Shakur is one of the biggest fights in the sport. I think Tank is so exceptional, it's going to take someone as good as Shakur to give him a real fight. And I love that.
During an interview with Ariel Helwani, Shakur Stevenson explained that his goal is to compete in the sport's biggest matchups, even though he did not clearly define which fights he meant. He spoke about facing elite-level opponents and suggested that fighters, such as Gervonta Davis, are naturally part of those future conversations.
To make the biggest fight in boxing happen.
The biggest fight in boxing happen, okay. I guess whatever our interpretation of that would give us the answer, but I don't know what you consider the biggest fight in boxing.
It ain't about what I consider the biggest fight in boxing, it's what y'all consider the biggest fight in boxing, so y'all know what that means.
Is it Tank Davis?
Like I said, I would like to make the biggest fight in boxing happen.
Holy smokes. That would be something. The bottom line is you have a lot of great options right now. Do you agree?
Yes.
There's a lot of big names that we've just discussed, and any one of those would be pretty damn big.
Yeah, like I said, I'm down with whatever, whatever makes sense. But once again, I would love to make the biggest and best fights happen. I would love to make the most competitive fights happen, and I would love to show the world why I am the best fighter in the sport of boxing.
On the other hand, Gervonta Davis made it clear that once he closes the distance on an opponent, the outcome can change instantly. He pointed to his ability to adjust during a fight, gradually wear fighters down, and end contests with sudden knockout power.
If I get him where I need him to be, he's gonna sleep for sure. Soften him up.
Shakur Stevenson admitted that Gervonta Davis holds significant star power in boxing, giving him the freedom to decide which fights he wants to pursue. He also said that if Davis is genuinely interested in the matchup, the fight could easily come together once both camps reach an agreement.
Biggest star in the world, one of the biggest stars in the world. So with him being at that top spot, he can pick and choose who he wants to fight. If he want to fight this guy, he can fight this guy. So, and my brand is like, just say you want to fight and we can make it happen at any given time.
However, Andre Rozier highly praised Shakur Stevenson for his elite technical skills, while still favoring Gervonta Davis because of his dangerous punching power. He described the matchup as a classic boxer versus puncher battle, explaining that Stevenson could control rounds with his movement and technique, but Davis has the kind of power that can instantly shift the fight with a single shot. Rozier also called it an evenly matched contest where focus, timing, and one key moment may ultimately decide the winner.
Shakur is a talented fighter. Tank, that's like my ride and die. I like guys that get people in trouble and knock them out. So I'm always riding with Tank. It will be a spectacular bout. I mean, you have the age-old puncher versus boxer at its best. Now, if Tank allows Shakur to get ahead too far, then he might not be able to catch up to him. On the flip side of that, if Tank gets in there and Shakur makes a mistake, it only takes one for the lights to be out. So I'm waiting to see it. I want to see it, and I'm looking forward to it. It's another 50-50, but I'm Tank all the way. So I got to ride or die with who I ride or die with, even though I love them both.
Gary Russell Jr. shared his opinion on Gervonta Davis, explaining that he does not see him as a traditional technical boxer. Instead, he described Davis as a fighter who relies heavily on power and explosiveness, while still recognizing that he possesses the ability to box intelligently and make adjustments during a fight when necessary.
He really isn't like a boxer for real. He's more of I don't know what to call him. He's just a power puncher to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's really like a boxer, but he can box. He has the ability to do so.
Gary Russell Jr. further suggested that Gervonta Davis would likely adapt early in the fight, using the opening rounds to gauge his opponent's rhythm and timing. He added that Davis could then steadily increase his control as the bout progresses, eventually taking command of the action.
He'll make that fight easy. He'll win, get his feet back up under him, and it'll give him the opportunity to just see what the playing field is really happening.
Coming back to Eddie Hearn's view, he explained that Shakur Stevenson would have to depend heavily on his boxing IQ and defensive structure if he were to face Gervonta Davis. He emphasized that Stevenson would need sharp, controlled boxing to stay in front throughout the rounds at the same time. Hearn warned that Davis's explosive punching power keeps him dangerous at all times, where one clean shot could completely change the direction of the fight in an instant.
I think I don't know how good the fight will be, but I think Shakur is, again, like pound for pound, IQ-wise, I think he's even up there with a Terence and those kind of guys, I think the difference with Boots is he's got the defensive mastercraft, and he also has the aggressive power to turn your lights out, and I think that's quite different. Do you know what I mean? Like Shakur, I say defensive. I think that's a bit harsh on Shakur, but he's not a huge puncher, but defensively and skill-wise, he's right up there.
He's a real technical fighter.
In agreement with Eddie Hearn, Keyshawn Davis leans slightly towards Shakur Stevenson in this potential clash. He highlighted Stevenson's technical sharpness and strong defensive skills as key advantages, but he predicted a closely contested tactical fight, but ultimately felt Stevenson would do enough over the rounds to secure a narrow win on points in a very tight decision.
I think Shakur will win. I think Shakur got better skill, and of course he's just better defensively. I'm always going with the better skill, the better defensive fighter. Tank's skill is phenomenal, but I just feel like he's offense first. I feel like he's offense first, or I feel like Tank is the type of fighter where he'll either be offensive first, or he's very, 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 very patient, and then just try to catch you slipping. You know what I'm saying? And certain fighters, it's just smart. So I just think Shakur, will win that fight. It'll be a hell of a fight, a hard fight, and it's definitely gonna be a split decision. But I got Shakur.
Fennon described a possible fight with Gervonta Davis as a major test for Shakur Stevenson, framing it as a true proving ground. He pointed out Davis's history of facing elite-level opponents, many of whom went on to become world champions afterward. Because of that, he suggested the matchup would serve as an important benchmark for Stevenson, giving him a chance to measure himself against the highest level in the division.
Gervonta Davis is a huge fight for Shakur Stevenson, and for people to act like the biggest fight in boxing is with somebody like Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia is absolutely ridiculous. Now, why do we know that Gervonta Davis is such a big fight? Because Gervonta Davis has now beaten, I do believe, 5 or 6, I think it's 6 people that he beat went on to win world championships, including Ryan Garcia, who people are saying Shakur Stevenson should fight next.
On the opposite end of the discussion, Jamal Herring presented a different perspective, stating that Shakur Stevenson has already accomplished enough in his career to be spoken about in the same category as Gervonta Davis. He stressed that Stevenson's unbeaten record and consistent performances are strong enough to justify putting him in the same elite conversation as Davis.
Shakur Stevenson ain't do nothing. That's what I'm just speaking as just a fan. You know what I mean? Like Shakur, the 3-time, 3-divisional world champion, unified world champion. So, he's done something, you know what I mean? And he's done something enough to where people, if the people are bringing him up to you, it's obviously because people want to see the fight. It's not like they bringing up, a nobody. It's like, or somebody coming up in the rankings. And it's like, what have they done? But it's like, this is somebody who, y'all in the same weight class. Y'all both hold, one of the major 4 world titles.
Some analysts believe that even Shakur Stevenson's strong defensive style might not be enough to completely shut down the danger posed by Gervonta Davis. They point to Davis's calculated pressure, patience, and accurate punching, stressing how he can exploit even minor mistakes and quickly change a fight's direction with a single clean strike.
Shakur Stevenson. Shakur might have better defense, but at the end of the day, I still think we haven't seen the best Tank Davis. That's what people always power. We still haven't seen the best Tank Davis. And Shakur, for the most part, he comes forward. Tank Davis, all he takes is one shot. He's a very patient fighter. He doesn't throw a lot of shots, but every shot he throws, he makes them count.
On the other side of the conversation, Ryan Garcia has shown interest in running it back with Gervonta Davis, but he made it clear that Davis needs to become more active in the ring first. He explained that as a world champion, he holds leverage when it comes to negotiating major fights, and he is comfortable continuing his career with or without that specific rematch.
Fight again. I would love to. I think he needs to clean some of his act up and get back in the sport. We all want to see him back, including myself, so I can run it back with him. But I don't think we're going to fight for a long time. He won't go up to 147 either. A lot of these guys, they want me to take the risk and go lower all the time, but they won't do it. Sounds a little to me, especially in the fact that I can't always be willing to take the extra step to make the fight happen. I've done that year in, year out. And now that I'm a world champion, you're going to have to come to me now. And if you don't want to, I don't really need you anyway. So what does matter? The thing about Tank, before, he thought that people really need.
Ryan Garcia has also gone as far as predicting a knockout victory over Gervonta Davis, saying he believes it would be his opportunity to take command of the spotlight. He downplayed Davis as a manageable challenge in that matchup and stated strong confidence that he would win in a clear and convincing manner if they ever stepped into the ring together.
I'm gonna knock out Gervonta Davis, I promise you. Hear my words, this is my moment, this is my time. He will not beat me. There's nothing terrifying about this guy. I'm gonna beat him so easy, he's gonna be like, ooh, sprinkle, boom.
On the other hand, Gervonta Davis has also expressed interest in facing Ryan Garcia again, openly calling for a rematch and stating that he is prepared to fight whenever the opportunity is made official.
Hopefully I fight Ryan again. If they're not on some host, I text again. Tell them boys to give me 150 ends. I'm coming. Know what I mean? When I start streaming out that, start talking that, stop it.
Stephen A. Smith predicted that a bout between Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis would be extremely explosive and likely end before the final bell. He pointed out Garcia's fast hand speed as a major advantage, but also warned that engaging directly with Davis carries serious risk because of his proven finishing power, making a knockout result on either side highly possible.
Too hard as it was for me, man. I don't think Garcia and Tank Davis are going the distance. Somebody get knocked out.
When you say somebody, who? Anybody? What do you think?
I'm going with Tank Davis. Here's what I'm believing. If Ryan Garcia, with his quickness and his length, stays away, he can do some things. But I think because of all the chirping, he gonna find himself in a situation where he gonna engage with Gervonta Davis. That is a mistake. That is a mistake. You engage with Gervonta Davis, he taking you out. That is what I believe. But be clear, Ryan Garcia is lightning quick, with power, and Gervonta is one of those dudes he don't mind taking just so he can give.
Meanwhile, Oscar de la Hoya commented on Ryan Garcia's condition, saying he appeared severely depleted and even compared it to his own past experience facing Manny Pacquiao. He suggested Garcia was not at his optimal weight and was physically compromised heading into that bout. De La Hoya also stated that against Gervonta Davis, who he described as a dominant force, he sees almost no realistic path for Garcia to come out on top.
So bad for Ryan because he was up.
Yeah.
He was a dead man. He reminded me of me when I fought Pacquiao. Okay. And then when the next day you can weigh a certain amount.
Probably couldn't get over 140.
There's no chance he's gonna win against Tank, who's a beast. It's no chance.
Continuing his thoughts, Oscar de la Hoya raised doubts about whether Ryan Garcia could still defeat Gervonta Davis without the rehydration clause in place, saying he wasn't fully convinced. He praised Davis for his high-level skill set and his ability to gradually wear opponents down as a fight unfolds. The De La Hoya also pointed to Davis's aggressive nature inside the ring, explaining that his readiness to engage, take risks, and trade punches is what makes him such an entertaining and marketable fighter in the sport.
If he doesn't have the rehydration clause, I don't know. I just do not know because Tank, like I said, is very skillful. He's a beast. He knows how to figure you out. But one thing about Tank, which I love, and this is why he's gonna be great, because he fights. And when you fight, you're gonna get hit. And when you fight, you're gonna get hit and you might get knocked out. But that's the beauty about Tank.
That's why they love him.
He fights, and that's why they love him. That's a perfect example. Right. Tank Davis is a star.
Joe Rogan described Ryan Garcia as a serious threat when he is in peak condition. He highlighted Garcia's fast pace and timing, saying those qualities make him difficult for any opponent to handle. Rogan also pointed to Garcia's sharp, rapid combinations and fluid movements seen in training footage, noting that his hand speed is especially noticeable even on video. In addition, he singled out Garcia's left hook as particularly explosive, comparing its speed and timing to some of the most dangerous punchers in boxing history.
He's gonna be a problem
for everybody.
He's gonna be a problem, bro.
Speed is bananas.
Yeah.
You ever seen him shadow box, like throw combinations?
Oh yeah,
bro.
Like, oh yeah.
Is this sped up?
Oh,
How are you so fast?
Yeah. It's not fair.
He might have one of the fastest left hooks I've ever seen.
For sure.
I mean, it's right up there with everybody, all the great left hookers of the past.
But the crazy thing is, like, bro, he don't even bring it out. He just goes from right here.
Right. In contrast, Roy Jones Jr. explained that Gervonta Davis has shaped his career through careful opponent selection, avoiding unnecessary risks, while still maximizing high-reward opportunities. He added that since this approach has been effective so far, it makes sense for Davis to continue managing his career with the same calculated strategy moving forward.
My road situation wasn't a thing anymore, and it was just Jake Paul. And I don't know if it's because the Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul situation fell out. Jake doubled back and was like, nah, I need a dance partner. We got to get this now or it's not going to be available. Here's my take. Here's my take on Davis. I don't remember the last time that I've heard Gervonta Davis say, I'm in boxing to be the greatest fighter of all time. I can't remember. I've heard him say that he's better than certain guys in his weight class, or this kid can't beat me. I've heard that. I can't remember, and maybe y'all can keep me honest online. The last time I've heard Gervonta Davis talk about his legacy in the ring. Like I'm building my legacy. I'm trying to outdo Floyd.
If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and enable notifications so you don't miss future boxing analysis and major fight updates.